Blue sunglasses. They are necessary right now because the sun is just kind of like consuming my attention. I wanted to take a moment in the beginning of this video and just express gratitude to my younger self for being conscious enough to make decisions that allowed me to get to this point that I'm at now. I was kind of like rehearsing like what I would talk about in this video, kind of just like, thinking about different things and everything. And something that I thought about was after I said that express gratitude to my younger self for making the decisions that my younger self made. I was going to say that making changes in your life or like changing your life is not easy. I both believe that. Well, I guess what I should say is that part of me believes that, and another part of me does not. Um, and there's a key word in there, right? Belief. Um, Depending on what it is that a person believes, they're going to approach themselves and life in a very specific way, right? Why is it that I believe that it's challenging to change your life? Well, I've experienced it that way. However, I have also learned things that I have been trying to put into practice that lead me to believe that it's actually not that challenging to change your life. And what I've learned is that you know that feeling of stuckness, right? I've felt stuck before. I have learned that feeling stuck means that you are attached to something. If you have a hard time making a decision or letting go of something and you feel stuck, it's because that there is an attachment there. We're human beings. It's the way that we are. Um, we form attachments to things and people. It's just the way that we are, right? So, you know, it's fair to say that um, yeah, quite honestly, we could end up being stuck in life because we are attached to things or peoples, um, or ideas and beliefs, right? For instance, I believe that changing your life is not easy. It's just a belief. It doesn't mean that it's true. It's just a belief. I believe that because I've experienced life that way. Um, my face was just like blown out. But yeah, I believe that it's actually challenging to change your life because I have previously experienced it that way. However, does that mean that it actually is challenging to change your life? I have learned that in order to grow, in order to evolve, in order to really just like, I don't know, change, um, elevate, um, that's much less about becoming and much more about returning to authenticity, of course. But there's this metaphor that I don't remember who it was from, but I remember somebody talking about it on social media, and it was this idea. By the way, if you hear the birds out there, I am out at a park, and there are some birds here. There's some nature. There's some wildlife. There we go. There it goes. Anyway, so you take a bob, like a fishing bob, right? Usually floats on the water, right? Floats on top of the water. If there is weight attached to that thing, it's going to sink underneath the water. If it lets go of that weight, it's going to rise. It's going to elevate. And that's really the metaphor right there. Letting go, right? Stuckness equals attachment. What are you attached to? And again, we're humans, we attach ourselves to things and people's ideas, beliefs, all these different things, right? That's just the way that this works. It really is. I've tried to go monk mode and be like, no attachments. Not that easy. Not that easy at all. Um, However, I have discovered that getting angry, crying, screaming, all of that stuff really like think about it this way. Depression, right, is looking at a wall in front of you. Just my interpretation. It's like looking at a wall in front of you. Maybe it's a wall of snow, right? It's a wall of snow. It's a good metaphor because usually I associate depression with coldness, right? It's cold. It's not easy to live in. Um, but then you get a snowplow and you can just plow right through it, right? And the snowplow is the anger, it's the screaming, it's the crying, it's the feeling what the fuck you needed to feel in the first place. That's really, you can get, it's like you can get depressed or you can get angry, right? You're in pain. You have the right to feel what it is that you need to feel. Um, so I did learn that, but just it's so really fascinating to me how, um, I don't know if I believe if it's challenging to change or it's challenging to heal or it's challenging to do anything. I don't know if I believe that anymore. I used to. More so back when I was getting into it all and I thought I was supposed to make it happen, right? Now I'm realizing that it's about letting go. Just let go. That's what it's about, you know? And the more I really sit with that reality, the more I'm like, this has been idea and belief driven this entire time. I will experience life based on what I believe, right? And also based on what I am. It's not just a matter of what I believe, it's also a matter of what I am, the energy that I embody, right? If I choose to be that Bob on on a fishing line that's just chilling in the water, being dragged under by a bunch of weight because I have attachments to things, you know. And then like looking at the attachments, like why am I attached to that? What does it mean? What's the meaning behind there? You know, like it's like, oh well, if I let that go, it'll mean this, that, and the other. Just meaning, right? So yeah, really, what I'm trying to suggest here is that the more I heal, the more I really look at myself, the more I see everything for what it is, the more I realize that everything is really just belief driven. Um, Again, I used to believe that change and like actually like creating what I want to is challenging. I used to believe that. Um, I don't really believe that anymore. I don't. I'm starting to look at it and it's like a bunch of illusions are being kind of like wiped away and stuff. And so it's kind of just like, you know, you get to see things differently. And that's what's important. So I'm starting to see things differently and it's very exciting. Because it completely challenges the narrative that I've been playing over and over and over again. I don't think that life is as scary as it's made out to be by people and by the media and by the news and everything. I think that whatever bullshit we see in front of ourselves, we have 100% created it. I guess I could say that there is such thing as natural disaster, right? But a far majority of it is just bullshit fucking noise from the news and the media. I think that people are fucking bored with their lives and they just create noise, you know? They don't know how to look at themselves. They don't know how to introspect and reflect and really see who they are underneath all of the layers of conditioning and bullshit, you know? So, yeah, I'm really starting to just kind of like look at the layer. It's like as I look at the layers, they like go away, you know? Like like the belief system. The belief is that life is hard. Let's look at it. Oh, it's going away. What's underneath it? The truth. The reality of the things, which means that it's neither hard or easy, it's just life. And that's the other thing, too. Really stepping out of all or nothing, black and white, binary thinking, and stepping into just seeing everything for what it is. Like, that's really what this is all about. Just seeing everything for what it is. Everything else is a label, everything else is noise, everything else is just that. Like, one of the most important things that I've learned is that the world is neither good nor bad. It's just the world. Because if you look at it as either good or bad, you're looking at it through the filter of binary perspective, right? It's black and white, or it's black or white. It's all or nothing, right? It's just not beneficial. It's way too limiting to see it that way, because then you can look at that and see the binary stuff, but you could also look at just like everything for what it is. The world is not black or white. The world is just the world. And that's all that it is.